This is Best Seat in the House. I'm here with my guest, Ricky Rozay.
Biggest.
I want to congratulate you on, I see a little bit of your ankle jewelry is no longer with us.
Oh man, God is great. You heard
God
me?
is the greatest.
You better believe it.
With that legal situation out of your way now, there's nothing to stop you from moving forward and continue to market the best album out right now, Rather You Than Me. How do you feel about moving forward and getting to the places you need to get to without the law on your back?
You know, for the last 2 years, that's been a struggle that I dealt with every day, you know? Not to mention 7 figures that you spend, but at the same time, it's the energy in your direction. It's the ones who believe in you most who begin to doubt you. And you know, not that I cared about anybody else other than my fans. You know, it feel good to put that behind us. Now it's time to do what we do best.
Definitely. There's a line on your album that really struck me, and I know there's a lot of people that struck. You said, I own the biggest residential pool in the U.S. How does it feel from going to see the Holyfield estate to then owning it?
It's one of them things that really motivated me. Me coming from where we came from, us, you better believe it. Us having to walk to, you know, our pool, our local pool, you know what I'm saying? They charged us 50 cents to get in it. You know what I mean? You had to have a quarter for the locker or somebody would steal your shoes if you left them out. You know, really, all the niggas from the hood just went there to piss in the water, really, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just to come from where we come from and, you know, to push myself, drive myself, as well as the team. That's how we all should look at it. That's something that we all go on. Same way Rozay did it, I could do it times 2.
It's definitely motivation for somebody like me, striving to get my piece. Now with you owning Bel Air, MMG, Rich Hair Care, 30 Wingstops, 2 Checkers, Pizza Hut, and this right here we sipping on. What's your motivation to keep going?
I'm not gonna confirm all that.
Okay.
That was a gangster list though, I ain't gonna lie.
You're not doing it for the money at this point.
You know, everything I do it because it's something that I rock with, something I really love. You know what I'm saying? If it's something I don't vibe with, because, you know, of course, you know, Bel Air, I just enjoy, I drink, you know what I'm saying? I rep it so hard. You know, people would say Rozay owned Bel Air. That's not the case, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that I love, and when I got that love, I'm a rep. If it's a part of the lifestyle, I'm gonna go hard. You feel me? We gonna enjoy life. That's what it is. You see, we got fruit, we got the Bel Air, we got the rum, you know what I'm saying? And you know, when we make toast, you know, our toast we always say to each other is healthy and wealthy.
Healthy and wealth, health and wealth.
Because it ain't nothing else more you can ask for, so. But while we here, let's get everything that's on the table.
Everything.
You feel me?
Everything.
I even pray like that.
That's real.
I even pray. I tell God I need it all. Give it to me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Give it all to me and make sure I can handle it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay, man. Everybody. Okay.
What you just dropping an album, Wale's on the way, Meek's on the way. I spoke to Meek. Meek got something dropping.
Yeah.
Is there another self-made disc coming? And I know a lot of fans want to see a few additions, namely Dej Loaf.
You know, we gonna drop a self-made 4.
Need that.
You know, that's something that we always come with after, you know, all the big homies come. So after Wale put his on the street, Shine, Meek Mill put his on the street. You know, Gunplay, he cooking up. Shout out to Omarion, Rocky Fresh as well. Shout out to Guwap. We doing we doing a new film. You know,
Catch me in that.
Yeah, of course. All my squad, all my gang gonna be in that. As far as, you know, it's been a lot of people been hitting me talking about Dej Loaf, this and that.
I think that she sounded so, like, with you, you're not just a rapper, you kind of like a producer, arranger. You get the best out of artists a lot of times, because a lot of times people don't want to get killed by you, and a lot of times you set the vibe up to where they flourish in the right situation on the right song. So hearing her on that, people was like, no, she got to get with the team because it sounds, this is one of the best I ever heard of.
You know, I think it really surprised a lot of people.
A lot of people.
I think, you know, people hearing Maybach music 5 days loaf. Not saying that, you know, I just think it surprised them. They never heard us really side by side.
Yeah.
And it was really fly, you know. So I talked to her actually yesterday. You know, it was actually her birthday, so,
Okay.
you know, happy belated. But, you know, that's just that chatter, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna put that on nobody.
Recently, before we had a change of presidents, you was invited to the White House. Look at me, pocket full of weed inside the White House. We heard it. But what was that like, just to be in that environment? What gems, if any, did Barack pass on to you? What did you take from that situation?
You know, first and foremost, I saluted the big homie. I said he invited me in the White House while I'm on ankle monitor.
That's right.
Fighting a life sentence, 12 felonies, but he knew my position. I think he understand who I was. And the conversation that we had was really just less about his position and more about, I think, our position is in the streets and, you know, role models and, you know, it was just some big boy talk. Shout out to the little homie Chance the Rapper. That's where me and homie met for the first time, and, you know, little light discussions, and it just went around the room, and it was just all about, you know, what we could bring to the table as entrepreneurs and bosses where we from. And I told him, you know, I'm gonna keep doing what I do, you know what I'm saying? And I sat back and I enjoyed the conversation, and that's until my ankle monitor actually, it went off.
Did it really go?
It did. And it went off. I looked to my left and a Secret Service person, you know, because we got no electronics, so it's nothing that's supposed to be beeping.
Yeah, so you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. I ain't gonna say what happened next, but they most definitely had to look into it. Yeah. But the sit down with the OGs, Swiss, Khaled, Buster, Janelle Monáe, and it was just, you know, representing a lot of different areas, but, you know, the story was common. The message was the same. I thank the big homie, Barack Obama, for taking that time out and, you know, bringing some young brothers and sisters together. You know, I kept my napkin in my
Oh, you got
spoon
to.
and
You
forks,
got to. I'd put an extra one in my pocket.
Yeah, everything that said Rozay.
Oh, had your name on it?
Well, Rick Ross, no, yeah, I took all them.
That's crazy. Now, you own a lot of businesses. You're handling a lot of people's career, and you're doing it without any type of scandal, any type of claim that people say, oh, he's shortchanging me. How do you manage to just stay above the chatter and not just get involved in any of that?
You got to understand that, you know, what I live by, you know, loyalty is something that it's more than a word, and I think me and Khaled relationship has been an example of that since '05 for anybody that's been looking. You know, I still champion my brother, even when I'm laying up in the bed and, you know, I see him come across the screen 4 in the afternoon with a TurboTax commercial.
It's amazing.
I text him right then, like, why, you know, I'm proud of you, homie, you know what I'm saying? What Assad doing, you know what I'm saying? You know, because Assad calling the shots, but, you know, it's all about supporting one another. And, you know, we've been letting our actions speak for itself. And by me saying DJ Khaled being my brother, you know, he did a partnership with Cash Money and Birdman, and, you know, I feel like I somewhat became a part of that, you know, my level of support with my brother. And, you know, my genuine respect I gave, you know, Cash Money. And, you know, like I say, if it ain't mine, I don't want it.
But if it's mine, you got to give me all of it.
Oh, yeah, I'll die for it. And so that was one of them situations. And, you know, I spoke on it. I could have went much deeper, but, you know, I addressed the things I felt needed to be addressed.
And I don't see it as a diss at all. If a nigga say you eating fruit, that's not a diss. You're actually eating fruit. It's straight up.
It's straight up and down. And, you know, if you could come and take the plate from me, let's see. So it was just one of them things that I watched my homie walk away from something that was owed to him. You know, and he in a blessed position, but as I watched everybody else that was affected, you know, I just felt like, yo, it's not right, and I felt like I should say something.
It's another line on the album. I just want you to walk me through how a boss handles it. You said I had a phone call with Drake to address the madness. How does one, not specifically, nobody's asking what was said or whatever, it's not a gossip site, but how does you being a boss objectively come to that situation?
It's one of the things where differences will always be, in this game. It's a competitive sport.
Yeah.
And I actually think I perform better under competitive conditions.
We've seen that.
We've
seen that.
I wake up a little earlier, I go to sleep a little later, you know what I'm saying? I might go shopping a little more, I might go buy a new whip, you know what I'm saying? Or, it's different ways to play. But once again, I always felt like when Meek and Drake did begin to have, slight differences, I'm pretty sure if Drake was with anybody else camp other than Cash Money, I may have been more vocal about it. But, I seen it was the two little homies. I seen what it was. It was smooth. I ain't tripping. But once again, the disconnect with what was going on over at Cash Money was even more obvious to me. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And, I always felt respect is a major thing. And, you came to the city, I showed you a lot of love. And I did that out of
love.
Yeah, that's just me, how I was raised. It wasn't because, me sitting down, actually sitting down with Drake. It was really just...
Bosses having a conversation.
Yeah, we wasn't even discussing anything negative, because by the time we get in the room, there's so much other things going on that is already, let's get on some money. You feel me? But I had to just make sure we sat down to have some sort of understanding.
That's what real bosses do.
I mean, most definitely. It's all about trying to touch 9 figures. Anything going the other direction, you may get eaten.
A little bit about your story sometimes goes overlooked. You 9 albums in, everybody knows you from coming out with Everyday I'm Hustlin. But before that, you was grinding and you were paying your dues. You was with Suave House, Tony Draper, you was with Slip and Slide. Speak to me a little bit about how close you were to actually walking away from music before you caught Everyday I'm Hustlin.
Closer than anybody could imagine. I had been writing music for years in the studio. You gotta understand, being from Miami, what was lucrative in Miami was go, 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 go.
Bass music, booty music.
Go, go. I love that. I walk in the party, I love that too, but that's not what I did.
Yeah.
I was thinking about jewels, you know what I'm saying? Mansions, estates, acres, you know what I mean? And that wasn't really my vein. So the music I made, it didn't, no one took as being lucrative and no one really looked at. So I was really overlooked for maybe 10 years. But everybody seen my pen game. Yo, do this for me, So I began doing little things here and there, and that's what got me in the studio with Kanye. That's what got me in the studio with so many different people at a early stage. I remember me and Kanye sitting at the Trina Ludacris video. Everything gonna be all right. We sat there. He made the beat. I sat in the studio. She had some ideas. I helped her just arrange her ideas, and me and him go back outside. Then we went to the video shoot. If you pull up the video, you don't even see me. You know what I'm saying? We sat around that joint 15 hours trying to get a little look. You know what I'm saying? I remember just getting to a point where I was riding with some of my homies, and we actually was, hustling. Yeah. And I remember saying, this not gonna last. This hustling not gonna last. We're gonna go to prison, man. It don't even matter how much money we make every day. It's still just, we wake up and it's just the same thing every day. This not gonna last. And I was like, this music, I don't even wanna do it no more. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I was vibing. I'll never forget when I got that beat from the Runners, Every Day I'm Hustlin'. I was like, yo, this different. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like, yo, this different.
Did you know as soon as you heard it?
As soon as I heard the beat, and I knew it because I wrote the song different. 22s, 22, 22, 22. Then I went to the next verse. You know, I rap different. I structured it different.
Yeah. Okay.
And it took off. And that's when I instead of just writing music, writing raps, like I used to just write 10 songs a day, I began to actually listen. You know, let's structure it. Let's do this, let's do that.
Right now in hip hop, you're regarded as one of the nicest lyricists from either coast, east, west, south, down south, everything. Who are some of the artists you look at growing up like, yo, this dude is nice, yo?
You know, I go all the way back. You know, I'm a real historian, man.
Hip hop, yeah.
So when it comes to music, I could talk about any coast, any years, I remember when I heard Too Short for the first time, you know. I remember hearing Cool C, Hilltop Hustlers. I remember, damn, homie got on that red silk. It could have been MC Hammer just because he had on the Gazelles. You know what I'm saying? The 911s. It was, you know, whatever it was, I was addicted to the game, whether it was the fashion, you know, the music, the gear, whatever it was, you know. I just knew, you know, I had that hustler spirit and, you know, I stayed down.
Do you surprise yourself sometimes? Do you ever get a line off and like, damn, I listen to it back, like I fucking killed that?
I ain't gonna lie. Like, yo, nigga nice right there. You know?
Going to the Rather You Than Me, I know it's hard to pin down a favorite song, but what's your favorite song of the moment right now?
Man, I don't even.
I'm gonna tell you mine.
Was it
Santorini Grace right now.
You know, and I'm glad you said that, and because I would have said that for you. I would have said that for you, and down to the title. That's why, even the title, I wanted it, you know, just for that moment.
Yeah.
Santorini, like, yo, what is this, yo? You know, we kings, homie. We travel the world. Let's just close our eyes and you hear this music. Bink on the production.
Most underrated producers.
You know, I'm not even gonna call him most underrated because I think he just so space age. So many people don't know what to do with it just yet. You know, he done got too many hits off. So they know he nice, but when he go into that side of production, you gotta be a special type of artist to control that music and take it where you want it to go. So I feel like he got so much more to do, and just look for it.
I'm gonna get you out of here on this. What's some of the best advice you ever got in life?
You know, I always use this one. You know, I asked Puff that once, and he told me some of the best advice he ever got was ask for help. And it was like, sometimes you'll never realize you'll sit in a room 4 days in a row pondering an issue or a problem, and you haven't even reached out and, you know, spoke to the closest people around you. Because a lot of times those answers be right next to you. That's what those people around you for. A lot of times we don't pull the value out of them. We just see the surface. If they're around you, and they're around you, and they really are, it's for a purpose. So that was cool.
Some of the worst advice you ever got?
Some of the worst advice I ever got? So many things run across my mind, but I was finna throw a shot, but it's a certain, you know who you are. You high on my list. You high on my list. And I want you to know, Rozay coming. I just got some business to handle. Saf, I know he told y'all, I'm coming. You dig? But other than that, man, you know, I'm still one of them people that don't put none of my faults on nobody else. So, you know, if you give me advice and I fucking took it,
I blame myself.
Fucking donkey. You know, so other than that, man, I'm gonna follow my heart and I'm gonna go hard, and you know, we stay solid, we stay blessed, we stay prayed up. Anybody who crossed us in the last 3 years, you still on the list. We keep them on the list, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to you.
Yeah. It's coming.
That's a fact. Appreciate it once again, man.
Healthy and wealthy.
Health and wealth.